The lights inside the arena felt like a second sun, beaming down on the octagon, illuminating sweat, bruises, blood, and ego. Every seat was filled. Fans roared like thunder, stomping the ground in waves of anticipation. It was fight night. And the main event had just ended, with a knockout so vicious, even the medics looked shaken. Dax, the Hurricane, Maddox had lived up to his name. Young, ripped, undefeated in his last 12 fights, and armed with a brutal combination of raw power and trash talk, he was already being called the future of MMA. His opponent laid out cold. The referee waved it off. Dax stood over him, chest heaving, adrenaline pumping, but instead of helping him up or raising his gloves in humility, he did something no one expected. He grabbed the mic. "That's it," he yelled, sweat dripping off his jawline. "That's the best this league has to offer." The crowd had mixed reactions, some cheered his dominance, others booed his cockiness. But Dax wasn't finished. He turned toward the VIP section, where a few celebrities and athletes were seated ringside. His eyes locked on a man in a simple black jacket, sitting calmly with his arms folded, expression unreadable. Jason Statham. The crowd picked up on it instantly. Whispers turned to gasps. Phones went up. Cameras zoomed in. Dax smirked like he'd just found a bigger prey. "Oh, look who it is," Dax sneered into the mic, Mr. Action Movie himself. Jason Statham, right here, watching real fighters do what he pretends to do in slow motion. "You here studying for your next fight scene, mate? Or just trying to remember what real pain looks like?" The arena fell dead silent. No music. No announcers. Just the sound of thousands of people holding their breath. Jason didn't move at first. He just looked at Dax, calm, steady, cold. That stare, the same one he'd worn in movies when surrounded by thugs, car engines roaring behind him, fists clenched. But this wasn't a film set. And then, he stood. The security guards by the barricade instantly moved forward, uncertain. But Jason raised a single hand, palm out. "It's all right." His voice, low and composed, echoed just loud enough for them to hear. He climbed over the railing. The crowd went wild. People leapt from their seats. Phones trembled in their hands as they tried to capture the moment. Even the commentators were stunned. "No way, this is happening. Jason Statham is stepping into the octagon." Dax chuckled. "I was joking, but sure, come on then. Let's see what the old man's got. Maybe he can show me a move from one of his little action movies." Jason walked calmly toward the center, removed his jacket, handed it to an official, and began rolling up his sleeves. No gloves. No tape. No warm-up. Just a man who knew exactly what he was doing. The referee, uncertain, leaned toward him. "Mr. Statham, is this real?" Jason looked him in the eye. "Ring the bell." And so he did. What followed was not movie choreography. Dax charged like a bull, explosive, wild, confident. He threw a fast left jab, then a right hook. Jason swayed like wind through trees. One sidestep. One duck. A lightning-fast counterpunch to the ribs. A gasp from the crowd. Jason didn't fight with flashy moves. He fought with precision. Every block was measured. Every strike had purpose. Dax kept pushing harder, trying to land something, but every attempt was either slipped, parried, or punished. In between flurries, Jason's face remained calm. Focused. Controlled. Not once did he show off. Not once did he taunt. This wasn't about ego. It was about discipline. In round 2, Dax's breathing grew heavier. He was sweating more than Jason, despite being half his age. Every time he thought he had the upper hand, Jason would flip the momentum with a single move, a trip, a feint, a crushing knee to the midsection. But Jason wasn't trying to humiliate him. He was trying to teach him. By round 3, Dax was desperate. He swung wild. Jason dodged and swept his legs out from under him. The crowd gasped as Dax hit the mat hard. Jason moved like a ghost, swift, efficient, and locked him in a hold that would have forced any pro to tap. But he didn't wait for the tap. He let go. Jason stood. Dax lay there, confused. Jason extended his hand. A pause. Then, slowly, Dax took it. The entire arena stood and applauded. Not just for the fight, but for the moment. For what it meant. Jason leaned down and whispered something no one could hear. Then turned and walked out the cage. No victory pose. No celebration. Just the same quiet walk back to his seat. Backstage interview. Later, reporters gathered around Dax, who sat on a bench, head down, hands bandaged. "What did Jason say to you?" a journalist asked. Dax exhaled slowly, a little shaken, but honest. He said, "This wasn't about proving I'm better. It's about showing you what real control looks like." A long pause. Then he added, "He's the real deal. I acted like a champion. He walked in like a warrior." 1 week later. Dax posted a video on social media, not from a fancy gym or flashy promo shoot, but from a traditional dojo. Starting over, he wrote, "Humility is the first belt you earn." He apologized to his fans, to his past opponents, and admitted that what he learned from Jason in 3 minutes taught him more than 3 years in the cage. And Jason. No statement. No interview. Just one blurry photo of him training alone in a quiet gym somewhere in London. That's all the world got. And that was enough. Moral of the story. You can shout your way into a ring. But respect is earned in silence. Jason didn't show up to prove something. He showed up to remind everyone. Discipline never gets old. And real strength doesn't need to be loud.